Happy Monday. Here we go. It's Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious, hot downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. Streaming at WMNHradio.org and on the Facebook, on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. And, of course, you can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all of your live streaming options and social media links and contact info and show archives, etc., etc. And hello to our friends at Raw Talk Online. It is Wednesday, June 7, 2021, and I'm not alone. Jenny is here.
I am here. I am present.
Yes, yes. If you would like to be here with us, you can give us a call at 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can also text us at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connarton or send an email to matt@mattconnerton.com. And, of course, you can always interact and opine in the Facebook live chat on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. But the best thing to do so that we can hear and enjoy your dulcet tones is give us a call at 603-250-6007. And, of course, we do want to remind you that we are proudly sponsored by the Hop Knot. And if you're watching online, you can see I've got my Hop Knot shirt on. Don't go there today. Monday and Tuesday is their weekend, but they are open Wednesday through Sunday in the Brady Sullivan at 1000 Elm Street, right across the street from us. And they have delicious gourmet pretzels. They have craft beer. They have wine. They have trivia night Thursday nights with the great Bill Cini. Friday nights, our friend Grant Lampton performs live there. He's doing a residency there. They have Sunday brunch. They have some big things.
What they had last Sunday?
They have some big things planned for Juneteenth weekend. Last Sunday was the drag show there. Yes.
That's going to be the first Sunday of the month. They have the drag show brunch. Yes. It looked like it was absolutely a blast.
Well, I saw the pictures, and I was instantly reminded of Gene Simmons in the movie, Runaway, with John Stamos, during Gene's, where he dressed up like, he had an alter ego who was a woman. And
now I have to go watch this because I don't remember this.
It's it's really bad, but we can watch it.
I had a crush on John Stamos.
John Stamos is in it along with Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons plays the villain. But he dresses up as a woman in the film, and he utters the immortal line, "It takes a man like me to be a woman like me," which these days takes on a somewhat of a different connotation. But yes, that's the big line from Runaway.
It's a truthful statement. I mean, I don't think anybody else could jump into his body, so it's like his essence.
Do I have the right movie? Is it Runaway?
I don't know. Why are you asking me? Why are you looking at me like I should? You just pulled that out of thin air and threw it out there.
The other film that people remember is that Gene was in was, I think it was John Hopwood Says No. It's not Runaway. What? I get the titles of, Gene didn't. Oh, Runaway is with Tom Selleck. Right. So what is it? Oh, Never Too Young to Die?
You said Runaway because you're thinking of the Runaways.
That's right. He also played the villain in Runaway with Tom Selleck, and he played the villain in Wanted Dead or Alive opposite Rutger Hauer.
No, wasn't John Stamos Blackie and the Runaways?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Yes, of course.
From General Hospital, so I think that's where you're kind of marrying
No,
Stamos.
No. Blackie and the Riff Raff.
Where am I getting Runaways?
Oh, Chris Rose says Never Too Young to Die is the movie with John Stamos. Thank you.
I have to go look this up now.
Yes,
I do not recall this.
But yes, but the point being, they have many. I use any excuse to talk about Kiss. They're my favorite band, but the Hop Knot.
You don't say.
They have many wonderful things happening there, and we're very honored and privileged and proud to have them as a sponsor. So,
yep, and they have events coming up for Juneteenth, so definitely check out their website or on Facebook or Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
And see the events that are coming up there. It's a full slate. It's amazing. It's communities coming together, and I think that that's awesome. And that's something that we have here that we're lucky to have, is our community. Did you break my fan, Maddie?
No, I'm trying to turn it off. I'm looking for the...
Why are you trying to turn it off?
Because I can actually hear it in my headphones. I got to get a quiet one like that other one you have over there.
You can switch them with the one. Well, if we want to switch it while we're here, I can share.
No, it's fine. How do you turn this off?
You push the button. It has one button.
And I think
you push it once, it's slow. Push it again, it's medium. Push it a third time, it's fast.
Like a
push it again, and it's off.
Pull down thing.
That's the handle.
Oh, here's the button.
I've never seen you so confused by such an item.
Oh, wow. There we go. It's kind of hidden.
The pink fan is kind of getting you.
I guess so, yes.
It's not hidden. It's the only button the thing has.
It's this tiny little button.
It's got one button.
And it's the same color as the rest of the fan. So it's
I'm blind and I can see
You almost don't know there's a button there. I had to find the button. I found the button.
Yeah, whine a little more.
Yes.
Want some cheese?
No. Let's see. We'll say hello to everybody in the Facebook live chat.
Hello, everybody in the Facebook live chat.
Mike Pelopito says, hi, Matt. Hi, Jenny. Good afternoon, everyone. Mike, of course, from another one of our wonderful sponsors here at WMNH 95.3 Queen City Cabinetry in the historic Sunbeam Mall.
Bring your cabinets to life.
Yes, and of course, we're always very grateful to General Sunbeam.
Yes.
Jenny, I see you're in the Facebook live chat.
I am everywhere.
He's the greatest military mind since sliced bread.
Oh, God, Maddie, really?
Wayne
no.
Noel.
Wah, wah.
Hey, don't mock General Sunbeam.
That fell on a flat ear.
Without us, we'd all be speaking whatever they speak on Jupiter.
Stop it.
Wayne Noel joins us in the Facebook live chat. Wayne is a top fan all the way from Michigan. Tom Blanchard says, Jell-O. Jell-O? What flavor, asks Wayne?
I don't like to eat Jell-O since I found out what it was made out of.
What's it made out of? I forget.
Horse bones.
Oh, right. Yes.
I won't eat that.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't do that.
John Hopwood, I think I mentioned, is in the Facebook live chat, as well as Chris Rose. Let's see. And
Lisa is what I think it is. I don't want to get sued by Jell-O. Like, that's what I've been told.
Yeah.
That's what I've been told.
Right. No, I remember
Where's
hearing
Hoppy
that.
when I need him?
I remember hearing that, too. He's in the Facebook live chat.
Hoppy, am I right or wrong? I need you. Why aren't you here?
So we should, well, he's always welcome, but we should
Does it come in when I'm here?
Yeah, well,
He's trying to avoid me.
He usually comes in on Wednesdays because Wednesdays he's already in the building.
Wednesday's Prince Spaghetti Day. Oh, boy.
Dan Lavasser says, your biggest fan is being too noisy. I see what you did there, Dan. I see what you did there.
Wah, wah. No, actually, that was kind of funny. That was funnier than what you said.
What did I say?
I don't remember now.
Yeah, I don't remember either. Well, let's see. So we should mention you got published again. You have a new column.
Yeah, right before, actually, not shortly before the show. The latest column went live, and it's about ketamine infusions and having complex regional pain syndrome, or CRPS. It's small fiber neuropathy. So those are rare disorders, and there is literally no approved treatment for any of them. But the treatment that I'm on, ketamine infusions, is considered experimental. So I wrote an article just talking about how I ended up going into that and what it's done for me, and which has literally been to save my life, without a shadow of a doubt. Prior to it, I was bedbound. I had gone into the doctors to sign a do not resuscitate order. I was given up. I really was. And this disease is so horrible. It has a nickname called the suicide disease. And it literally is that, because 70% of the people who have it either contemplate or attempt suicide. Many are successful. Some go to places where assisted suicide is legal, and they choose that path because anything else is sheer torture. It's torture that even somebody being tortured couldn't go through, because even your torturers take a break, right? Diseases don't. So my hope in sharing my story is that if there's other people out there that are suffering and looking for a way there to know that there's hope, that there's treatment. And one thing that's not in the article, but I really want to mention it, is that my own doctor is involved in a national effort to get our treatments covered by insurance, because right now we all pay out of pocket, and it depends on where you are or what you have access to as to how much. But It's hundreds and thousands of dollars. It's not a small amount of money. It's not a normal copay by any stretch. And you got to scrimp, save, and sacrifice to be able to afford it for most people. So if my doctor, Dr. No, who's at the Pain Specialty Group in Newington.
And that is his real name, Dr. No.
Yes.
He's been on the show.
NGO.
Yes.
He's amazing. He's, oh God, what do you say about somebody that ended the torture that you lived in for years? I mean, he's an amazing doctor and he's just an amazing person. He's working with a consortium of other professionals, and they just submitted paperwork recently for Medicare to approve ketamine infusions for CRPS patients, for complex regional pain syndrome. Some people know it as RSD as well, reflex sympathetic dystrophy. It's actually had like over 100 different names over the years, but it's never had a single solitary approved treatment. I mean, just today, for example, the FDA just approved a drug today for the treatment of Alzheimer's. It took over 20 years to get that one approved.
Yeah.
This disease was discovered, CRPS, by medicine over 145 years ago. It was first diagnosed during the Civil War. And it's still, to this date, as I sit here in front of you, has not a single solitary approved treatment, even the treatment I'm on. So people like me get zero insurance coverage. You either can afford it or find a way to pay for it, or you don't get it. So this is medicine for the rich. And if you don't have the money, well, suck it up, buttercup, you can die. Because nobody cares. Nobody cares. You can't convince me that governmental people care in any way, shape, or form with the horrific things that they pass in legislation and the number of lives that they've cost are just inconceivable.
Now, did you say where to find the article? I mean, obviously you shared it out on social media.
I did. I shared it out. It's on the Mighty. I'm very proud to write for the Mighty. I have a number of articles published there, but they're an amazing resource.
TheMighty.com is the website.
TheMighty.com, yes. And you can look me up, Jenny Coffey. I'm on there. This article is called "How Ketamine Saved My Life," and that is not a joke, and not to make it sound bigger than it is, because I was ready until this happened. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to say that it didn't happen, because it did. And I was really, really ready to just let go and not be here anymore, because it was so bad that even with all the drugs the doctors would try and put me on, and God, they put me on everything, I could still feel it. I would yell in my sleep from it, because it never went away, not even when you sleep. So getting access to ketamine infusions literally keeps me alive every single day. And every time I go in for a treatment, it's a little bit more time for me, because there's no cures for this stuff. And I want to live to be really, really old. And I keep telling my doctors I want everything to stay as low as possible, so they have things to prescribe for me, 20, 40 years from down the road, because I want to live to be over 100. I want to beat all the odds ever. Because they say I shouldn't be able to walk, never mind tread water, and I pull that off every day. Well, not the treading water part.
Right.
But, I just want people to know that there's hope, because what happens is there was a recent story on, I think it was Good Morning America, that they talked about ketamine infusions for mental health, which is a real thing. And the person they were interviewing, I got so upset because they referred to it as a legal high. And it's so not that.
Yeah.
Especially for people like me who are pain patients. There's nothing pleasant about this treatment. And Matt, you're my caregiver. I mean, you did the caregiver walk with me at the Relay for Life yesterday. And you've seen it, you've been there, you've lived through it. And I don't get to be in control of myself. I have to just turn myself over and trust that everybody taking care of me is going to keep me safe, because they give me so much medication. I don't get to make decisions for myself. And sometimes I get sick, and I've had other horrible things happen, but now I have Dr. No and infusion suites that just make it. I feel sometimes like a medical queen, just because I get treated so much better, and I don't have to lose dignity to get care. So this is stuff that I'm just hoping that if somebody sees it, they have hope, that they don't give up on it, or that they don't believe the garbage that people say out there. People call this treatment an animal tranquilizer, and that's such bull.
Yeah.
Ketamine's used in emergency departments. It's used on ambulances. It's used in operating rooms. This is a medication approved and used for pain and to put people into sedation. But the FDA calls that off-label. So people like us have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in order to keep our treatments going. And if that ever stops for me, if something ever happened, then I'd die.
Jeff 9 is asking in the chat, how often do you get the treatment?
The treatments are, for me now, because Dr. No treats me as an individual. So he doesn't put a hard, fast schedule. He goes by how I'm doing. If I start going into a flare or something, so we might do it at 4 weeks apart. But if I'm doing good, maybe I can get to 6 weeks apart or 8 weeks apart. It depends on the patient and where they've got disease. Unfortunately, I am global. I have disease throughout my entire body. For some people, it's a limb, like a leg will be affected. And if you look it up, unfortunately, the only approved treatment right now that I can share with you is amputation. If the disease is limited to a limb or to two, because that happens, they cut your limbs off. In fact, there's an Olympic medalist, a Paralympic medalist who was a double amputee from CRPS and was getting sicker. Her name was Varut. And in, I believe it was 2018, I might be off on the year, she went to Belgium to get access to end of life, to choose to end her life because she couldn't handle it anymore. And I don't know if she ever had access to ketamine infusions or if there was ever, but I know she's gone and she shouldn't be. And that really eats me up.
Mike Pelopita says in the chat, I read your article, Jenny, so very happy you found the treatment that works for you.
Thank you.
Let's see. Christian LaCoss is in the chat room, also known as DJ Reckless. He says, we love you, Jenny. Me the most, though, mostly because you held me while I cried over a chick this morning.
Hey, we all have tears. I got tears in my eyes right now. We hold each other. That's what family does.
Let's see. And Joe Friday is in the chat room. He says the Jell-O is made with horse hooves.
See, I wasn't wrong.
Or hoppy man breasts.
What?
Mm-hmm.
He donates his boobage?
Well, apparently.
Oh, man.
By
How
the
does
way,
he do that?
Is it hoofs or is it hooves? I've never been clear on that, the plural of hoof. I thought it might be hooves, or maybe it's spelled hoofs, but it's pronounced hooves.
Well, what is it when you break the word down, behooves you? Does that have any effect on it?
Right. Like if someone says it behooves you to do this, it means you should do this because of your horse hooves, which I think is rude to say that about someone. Joe Friday says, nice to see your passion about helping yourself and helping other people. Oh, very nice. Very nice.
It's not easy sometimes, so thank you. Was not planning on crying today. I seem to be doing that a lot.
Well, we should also discuss yesterday, of course. We were at the Relay for Life event. Oh, Tom Blanchard says, love you, Jenny. Be strong. Very nice. Very nice.
Awesome.
We went to, you presented Eazy-G his bread.
Okay, really?
That was really the most important part of the event.
Seriously.
What?
I'm waiting here it took me all day. It's not easy to make challah. It's not like this isn't a mix in a box, add water, throw it. That's not what this is. This is homemade from scratch, kneading, flour and yeast and kneading it and letting it rise.
And what's it called?
It's called a hully or a challah, I call them, which is a Jewish sweetbread. And depending on how you make it is how sweet it might be.
Oh, I thought you called it that because it's challah good.
Oh God, really?
That's what the young people say now.
That's awful.
That's what they say about bread.
No, they don't. Well, this is special.
Right. They say this.
Any bread. So
this bread is challah good.
I didn't make him a traditional, basic challah.
Mm-hmm.
I made him one with cinnamon and sugar. Mm-hmm. It goes all through the bread. And it's crumbly on top. And it took me all day to make this bread, and I carefully cooled it, and I put it in a bag, and we kept it all good, and kept it in the car, and we get it to Easy, and I said, Easy, I made this for you. I'm so proud of you for what you're doing. And he went, thanks, and turned around and walked the heck away from me.
Well,
he literally turned around.
He was very.
And just walked away.
He was very preoccupied.
In hyper speed, by the way. We can get to that part.
This might be him calling.
Oh,
Hi,
welcome
welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this? Hello? Anyone there?
Hello, there is this Eazy-G.
Is it the Phantom?
Is it Eazy-G?
Hey, Matt, it's Gary.
Oh, hey,
Hi,
Gary.
Gary.
How are you?
Hey.
Hello?
Hey, Matt, it's Gary.
Yes, Gary. Go ahead.
Jenny, you're making me cry.
I'm sorry, honey. I've had a bit of an emotional day, but
You keep making me cry, Jenny.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
You know, if I was there, I could give you a great big hug.
I can feel it. I take electronic hugs. I do. It's all in the vibration.
You know, I with my depression and my anxiety, I know how it was hard to get help, and people would just kick me away.
I hear you. I really hear you.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but you know what? It takes such strength and courage to keep going back and keep trying until you get what you need.
You can't die.
You
can't die, Jenny.
Honey, I'm not going nowhere. I told the doctor I wanted to live to be 116 because I want to outlive my kids' inheritance.
And you make me happy.
Honey, I love you.
Aww.
Love you, love you. You know, one of these days we're going to have a meetup at the Hop Knot for all the WMNH family and extended family. Just everybody come out and just meet up together.
I love you too.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, we gotta. And just you make me happy during when you're on. Make me laugh.
Oh, you wait. I'm not done telling you about Eazy-G and the relay yet.
Oh, yeah.
I got story.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Honey, don't be sorry. Oh, my God. I love you so much. I love you to death for calling in.
That's all.
I love you. I really do.
Yeah, thank you, Gary. Yeah. I'm glad.
We'll meet. We'll meet.
Oh,
when
of course.
I'm fully vaxxed, so I can give you a hug.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Oh, yeah. We're all
Me too.
vaccinated. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just stay. You know what? Stay tuned. We'll figure out when that date's going to come up pretty soon, and we'll just all meet up. We can all just kind of show up and have a.
Thanks, Matt. You're my best show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the
You're
call.
my best show.
Thank you so much for the call, Gary. We appreciate it.
I love you both.
All right. Love you too, my friend.
I love you both.
All right, Gary.
And I can give you a virtual hug right now. I love you both.
Love you, bunches. Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
All right.
You too,
Bye-bye.
sweetie.
All right, Gary. You too. Bye-bye. Oh, very nice call from Gary. Very, very nice. By the way, I have to make sure I read this comment. Rocky Huber said, I heard Eazy didn't know the password to open the bread, so he gave it back, LOL. Actually,
That was awesome.
Actually,
That's a good one.
I heard that Rob Dion has the bread now.
What did he trade it for this time?
No, just because, because
He
Eazy
couldn't figure out how to open
Eazy
it.
couldn't figure out how to open it. So
It's just a twist time.
yeah,
man.
yeah. Well, couldn't figure out the
That was
password.
awesome.
So yeah, so you gave Eazy the bread.
Yes, I did. So I give Eazy the bread. I'm all excited about this, right? It's not like I expected him to open it right there and then and try it or something.
Right.
But I expected a little casual conversation because I had told Eazy when we signed up, it was after he started busting through all of his awesome goals and he was so excited. We're like, we're going to support you. We're going to be there and support you. So, I signed up, got this awesome t-shirt, by the way.
Yes.
Which was made by one of the other teams, and I totally cried over that too. So yeah, I've been tearing a lot the last 24 hours. And I'm all excited. I hand him the bread, and he literally turned his back and ran away. Like he was pushing that walker like he knew what he would like. I'd never seen him wiggle that butt so fast. And he goes, whoop, right down the path. And it's like, what was I just talking to somebody? Like I'm literally left standing there, mouth gaping like, oh my God, really? Did he really just snub me like that? And Matt's just looking at me like, well, it's Eazy-G. Yeah.
Well,
and then
he was probably trying not to cry because you had just given him bread and he was so touched.
And then the first lap, was supposed to be all the survivors and the caregivers, but it was so hot. I mean, the people, I'll tell you more about that later. But so we go start doing the laps, and I go to walk with Easy. He left me in his dust. He didn't just leave me in his dust. Suddenly the walker was with some invisible man because he's got like one hand on the walker, walking next to the walker, and he's booking it. I couldn't keep up.
Oh, yeah.
He left me in his dust.
It's true.
Wow.
Yeah.
I felt like I was just tossed aside.
I know, yeah. We have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this? Hello? No,
Nope.
They hung up. All right, well,
Nope, he just took off in hyper speed. It's like he didn't even try to walk with us. He was just like, yep.
Well,
and off he went.
He was very focused on the task at hand.
I guess.
Yes.
I still want to know who the invisible man was with the walker because, like, what I was seeing didn't look like traditional Eazy-G there.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to be a perfect person like you, Daryl?
Yeah, nobody's perfect.
Shush.
So
I was so happy. I did hear him say on the morning show that the bread was good.
Oh, did he?
So he did say.
Oh, good. Yeah.
He did say it was good.
Yeah.
So at least there's that. I actually think it was some of the best bread I've made so far. I mean, it was really just.
Would you say it was Hulla good?
Stop.
Oh, he was.
No.
Trying to make
it's a
that.
Hully. Don't make Hully into something else. It's a Hully.
Okay.
It's a Hully.
I was hoping.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
All right.
It's not. It's a Hully. You get it right.
I was hoping to get that trending on Twitter.
Oy vey.
No.
You give me a headache.
Let's see. Joe Friday in the chat room says, I thought it was Eric's job to cry on the radio.
I did too, didn't I?
Keep your chin up, Jenny. You're doing great.
It was a chin down cry, though.
Nice.
It's some things are just hard to.
Yeah.
They hit harder than others. And they're not bad tears. They're more like
right. Of course.
That really touched me happy or touched me in some way. Do you see all my tchotchkes in front of me? I got So the Relay for Life.
Hang on, we have a call. We do. Let's see who.
Is it the Phantom?
See if we hear a voice this time. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, it's Eazy-G. I blame the heat. It was so hot there. You guys were there.
Heat.
It was.
I blame the heat.
It was humid too.
It was bad.
Humid.
Oh God.
It was bad. But you know what? I'll give credit due. They did the best they could. I mean, not only was it Hades outside, but it started to rain really bad right before it was supposed to start.
Thank you for saying Hades and not the other H word. Oh boy.
My God. Yeah, that bread is very, very good. It's real sweet.
Oh.
You really like it?
Yeah. It's a lot of bread and it's a lot of it's like a loaf of bread.
It's a Hully.
It literally is a loaf of bread.
It is a loaf of bread. It's a loaf of Hully. It's bread, loaf of bread. Yes.
Yeah.
Oy vey. See, I don't get credit for nothing. I got nothing.
Oh.
This one takes cookies out, bakes them, and that's fine. I got nothing.
He did say it was very good.
You walked away from me. You just turned around and left me in your dust.
Well, it was the heat,
Well, on a funny note, I think my part of my right ear got burnt.
Just your right ear?
How did your right ear get burnt?
How come your left ear didn't get burnt?
Did you
It was so darn hot, and I kept taking off my hat. So
do you walk with your head cocked to the side?
Hey, those things happen when you're outside. It's like 90,000 degrees.
But only on one side. How do you do that?
I don't understand. Are you saying your ear is sunburned?
It's a little. I looked out in the mirror. It's a little caked up a little bit. My part of my ear.
Caked up?
That's not a sunburn. That sounds like an infection, dude. What do you got?
No, it's not an infection. It's just
Ew.
It just got a little burnt. It's a little red.
Just the ear, not the neck, not the side of the face, not the other side, just the ear?
Did you put
Are you sure?
It's not an infection or anything. No, it's just a little bit red. What it could have been is I picked at it probably.
Picked at it?
Don't pick at things.
Did something bite you?
You should not pick at things.
Keep your fingers out of your ears, Easy. Didn't your mother ever tell you that? Don't stick nothing in your ears, not even your own fingers. My audiologist would scream.
I think I'll be all right, though. I think I might have just picked at it. Dry skin. Probably
you probably got bit by something. It's not a sunburn. Unless you were walking with your left ear to your shoulder It's not a sunburn, dude. And sunburns
Yeah,
don't
it
cake.
would have been
There's
funny if the relay
caking.
was the previous week and it was so
Yeast?
cold.
What do you got? Ah.
That was
Easy's
my
got
worst nightmare,
cooties.
though.
Was
it
he here
being
this
so darn
morning? He
hot.
was here
I was
this
saying,
morning.
I hope the relay's not hot.
Good
Boy,
thing-
was I right.
Good thing we were disinfecting.
Hmm.
Well, Easy, I
Yeah,
suggest that you have somebody
not a
look
big
at your
fan of the
ear.
hot water, but I was glad to go, though. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, very
Yeah.
good. Oh, how many?
I made it all the way to the end. So.
How many?
Very good.
How many laps did you end up doing?
What?
How many laps around the course did you end up doing?
Well, I made like 2 laps, and then later on there was the bags there. I
The
forget name of it,
luminaries.
but the
Luminaries.
they light them up. They don't
Luminaries.
use the yeah, they used to use one of those fluorescent things where they throw it in there.
It's a
and lights up.
luminary. It's not fluorescent.
Yeah, because my friend said that originally they were using candles in it would be to start a fire.
Fire bad.
Oh, yeah, that's
Fire
bad.
bad.
That's something you don't ever
Yeah, they
want
would
to
have
do.
the fire guys there and the police. And,
Yeah, you don't want to start a
They don't-
fire
they
at
don't
a
do that
charity
anymore.
event.
Real
Yeah.
quick way to get on the wrong side of the Chiefs.
I think they would. I think they would have had a bigger crowd if they would have done it in Manchester. But hey,
Well, I think
it is what it is.
I think part of the problem was the heat and the rain. I think
It
probably
did rain
kept
good. It
people
wasn't
away.
like a sun shower. It was
Plus,
actually
it was
pretty
really
good
hot
rain.
too, so maybe some people didn't show up because of the heat
Right.
too. It was
That's
really
what
hot.
that's what I meant when I said the heat and the rain. Yes. Yes. That's what I meant.
Yeah, it did rain a little bit, but it didn't last very long.
Right. There was heat and rain.
Can we get back to this
But I'm glad you
ear
guys
thing?
came,
Can
though.
you
You made
go
an
get
appearance.
that
Like a
scene?
buddy of mine always says, even if you're there 5 minutes, it counts as an appearance.
That's true.
That is true.
I like to say even if you're someplace a minute and a half, that counts.
No.
Right.
I've done that.
No.
I've been
I
places.
think there's a 15-minute minimum.
Oh no, I've been places like a minute and a half, and I felt perfect. I was like, okay, hey, yeah, good luck with everything, bye, and then just got in my car and taken off. I've done that.
I got a question for you,
Yes.
Matt. How come when I see you obviously at the show, or I saw you obviously off the show, I never see you wear shorts? Are you not a fan of shorts?
Oh no, I have shorts, but
He never wears them because he's hairy.
I am very hairy. Although I've been told my legs are quite sexy.
I was surprised to see you wearing long pants. I said, "Wow, it's really
I
hot
like
out."
squeezing your butt. Does that count?
I probably would have worn shorts had the event been earlier in the day, but I figured in the evening it's you wear
Yeah.
pants in the evening. What if there's mosquitoes?
Yeah, see, there's that. And sunburn, go figure. If you cover things, they don't burn, but I'm still trying to figure out. Like, seriously, dude, were you walking hunched over? Was your ear, like, glued to your shoulder? How did you... See, I think you got something. I don't think you got a sunburn. I think you got something. I think you should go to the doctor.
Well, I don't think it's a sunburn. I think I just got some dry skin. So
Yeah, but you said it was cakey.
I think I'll survive.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Cakey things on the body aren't normally a good sign. Just saying.
Right. Well, anyways, I give you a quick call. So thanks for the bread and thanks for coming to the relay. I appreciate it.
No, we love you. We're really proud of you.
Yes, absolutely. And by the way,
Now, what were you, $180 off from your $2,500 final goal?
Yeah, well, not my final goal, but the number's been kind of mixed up lately. But I guess that's my new total now. Yeah,
maybe you have
$1,311.
adult onset dyslexia.
Because they already threw in those $210 that I have for checks sitting around
And Kyle
my place
Heavey,
for a long time.
Kyle Heavey did end up donating, correct?
One of my friends gave me some money back in January. So
Oh. So okay.
Yeah,
So there you
Kyle
go.
did pay
So
a donation.
so you're still able though to collect money until August, right? For the for
right. Yep.
very good. Very good. All right. Good.
Well, I'll let you guys go and have a great rest of your show.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Eric. Bye-bye. All right. The great Eazy-G, Eric Gagnon. That does open up a line for you, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. And when Eric called, you were talking about tchotchkes.
Oh, yeah. I have some stuff on the table. I just thought it would be fun to show people like, some of the things that they gave survivors. And I actually thought it was really cool they gave me a medal because I actually don't have a medal. All my awards and accolades have been like plaquies because they're for writing. But Yeah, I thought the medal's really cool. I actually cried over it. But there was this lady who was on one of the teams that did crocheting, and I guess she does it all year round. She made these beautiful sunflowers, and I fell in love with them because they're so uplifting. So I have them on here too. But they tried to do a lot. All the luminaries they had put out there, that must have stunk trying to walk around putting all those out in that heat.
Yeah.
Between the heat and the rain, and it was a lot to deal with. So I think it was really cool what they did, and I'm glad I was there to support it. And I'm really proud of our Eazy-G. I'm super proud of our Eazy-G.
Absolutely. By the way, Rocky says the bread you made with cinnamon looks fantastic.
Thank you.
And that was really nice, by the way, for anyone who missed Friday's show. Rocky Huber bought me. He had Texas Mike go and get it. So Texas Mike delivered it.
Oh, they told you? I thought they didn't tell you.
Yeah. Oh,
when
yeah.
I was paying attention, I didn't think you know. Well, yeah, it was Rocky.
Yeah. So it was the Italian pretzel from the Hop Knot, which I always say I love it because it's kind of like a calzone. So good. And it saved me from having to go, because usually on Fridays, I'll go grab something to eat really quickly, like at Bunny's up the street. Between shows, because I finished this show and then I come back for Retro Spectrum Radio, and I didn't have to do that Friday because Rocky got me that wonderful pretzel, and it was so good.
Oh, yeah. Well, and Retro was awesome. Friday night's Retro was awesome. I loved it.
Yes.
But I like them all, actually. I mean, I really do enjoy sitting and listening to them. Last year, actually Friday night, I was listening to you guys, and you were giving me enough energy to get some house cleaning done.
Oh, very good. Yes.
Gave me a little energy.
Christian in the chat room says Eric definitely has ADHD. I wonder. It could be. Joe Friday says I hate being bipolar. It's awesome. Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm schizophrenic, and so am I. No, that's he's just kidding around. But that actually plays into the
men in this family,
a misconception that people have about schizophrenia.
It does.
It's not really multiple personalities. There was, I don't know if you might remember this in Concord. This was no, actually you wouldn't remember. You weren't living in New Hampshire when this happened. Never mind. But in Concord years ago, there was a restaurant, there was a diner who they used to put funny things on their, their sign. They had one of those signs where you can move the letters around, and they would put different funny things on there. But at one point they actually got into a lot of trouble. They sparked local outrage. They went a little too far with something. They put on their sign, schizophrenia is better than eating alone.
Oh, no.
And people actually got really...
That's terrible.
Yeah, they had to publicly apologize.
I would assume so.
Because,
that's horrible.
Yeah,
that's not okay.
And this was before the era of social media, so I think somebody they went to the local newspaper, the Concord Monitor, and said, hey, can you publish our apology? Because they ended up offending a lot of people.
I would think so.
But it's not. But schizophrenia isn't actually a multiple personality disorder. They're two different things. When you're schizophrenic, you do hear. I guess I don't know that much about it, but
it's a different.
You do hear voices and you imagine things and so forth that aren't real, but you don't actually have your own multiple personalities.
True.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Scott Robinson is in the chat room and says, Jenny, you just made Easy bashful. He doesn't like attention. I think Scott's being a little sarcastic there. Joe Friday says, please, everyone know that those last two comments were just for fun. I care about everybody, and I hope everybody takes care of their mental health. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Rocky Huber says, I understand, Jenny, when you give someone something you made from your heart, a little gratitude makes it all worth it. Oh, no. Eazy-G, I'm sure was very grateful.
He said thank you. He turned around and just walked away.
Well, he's just awkward.
Off into the sunset.
He's kind of an awkward guy.
Well, he does that when he's in studio.
Yeah.
You ask him a question, or he asks you a question, you go to answer it, and then he just goes on to another topic.
Yes.
You're still trying to answer the question, going, what?
Christian says in the chat, shout out to Midas yesterday. Yes, DJ Midas. I stopped in there briefly. I told Midas sometime on a Sunday when it's a little cooler out, we'll go.
Yeah, my bestie and I were out and about, but between the two of us, we couldn't handle the heat. Outside. DJ Midas, of course, doing a residency at the Central Ale House on the patio. I want to go this Sunday.
On the patio. Well, if weather permitting, yeah. I think it is supposed to.
Will you take me?
Yeah, it is supposed to cool off.
On a date?
It is supposed to cool off this week, I think, right? Isn't it supposed to get, as the week
On a
progresses, isn't it supposed to
date
be more like in the 70s?
Sunday?
Yeah.
Is he Midas?
But yeah, Midas is there
Way to be
Sundays.
an Eazy-G.
Well, no, I said yes. Midas is there Sundays from 3 to 8, along with SP1. I did stop in there for a little bit yesterday. Said hello to Midas, and Gonzo was there. I missed Christian. Christian was.
Did you see
he went back
Gonzo's
later.
shirt, though?
Yes, I took a picture of it and posted it. Gonzo has a very nice shirt that says, "I know Christian LaCoss."
Yeah, he's getting famous
So
there. Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
Got to be in the know.
Absolutely.
Got to be on the down low. Is that what you say? Is that what the kids say now?
I think they do say that.
See,
Yes.
I got one right. I'm not as old as you think I was.
Joe Friday says, referring to Easy, now he looks like Van Gogh or the Lindbergh baby.
God, no. Stop.
Stefan Philbrook is in the chat room. Stefan says, happy Monday. Thanks for posting the lyrics for Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. Yeah, for anyone who missed it, I shared out. I just shared it out on my personal page on Facebook, but there are some really funny videos. If you're not a Motley Crue fan, you probably won't appreciate it, but there's these videos, and these have been circulating for a while. They're not anything new, of Vince Neil they're from the Motley Crue farewell tour that they did. Did you see the one I shared out
I didn't
last
get
night?
to watch it because I was actually watching the morning show.
It's cruel, but it's very funny. And I'm a Motley Crue fan, one of my favorite bands. They would definitely be in my top 10. But Vince Neil live,
I got to see him once. I got to see him once.
It's rough. And when you watch the video,
And he was good when I got to see him, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah. Well,
Like 30 years ago.
You know, there were there were times that I've seen Motley Crue. I'll tell you what, the last time I saw Motley Crue, this would have been maybe 2014, 2015. Dan Randlett, who of course joins us Friday nights on Retrospectrum Radio with Paulie C. Dan and I went to see Motley Crue was doing a co-headliner with Kiss, and there's a moment. Vince struggles live, and there's a moment during "Don't Go Away Mad," which is one of my favorite Motley Crue songs. But there's a moment kind of toward the end of the song where Vince Neil hits a note that sounds so bad that Dan and I actually turned and looked at each other like, what was that? Like, it was that bad.
You guys are so mean. Who tours for as long as he has?
Well,
when I saw him live, it was a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
It was in probably, late 90s.
yeah. Hey, I love Vince
Early
Neil.
2000s. It was a friend of ours' his band was playing to open up for them.
Yeah.
Or for him, because
Yeah.
it wasn't the band, it was just him.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was good. I didn't think it was bad at all, but that was a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a few decades at this point.
Yeah.
But, you give him some credit. He's still climbing up there, moving around.
Well,
trying to
barely. Look,
Hey, your buddies just said we're done. We can't do it anymore.
huh?
Kiss just said they're done. They can't go around on the heels anymore. It's not going to happen. They're doing the dates that they have to do.
Well, yeah, they're still doing the tour, which was interrupted by the plague.
But that's it.
The end of the road tour. Well, yeah,
There'll be no more.
It's their final tour. Yeah.
Well, they've done that before.
Well, they did the farewell. Back in the early 2000s.
There you go.
Which was the end of the original version of the band.
Have any bands actually said this is our final tour and meant it? Not had like another final tour down the road? Can you think of anybody that actually did their final and didn't go back?
No,
I can't.
Not really. I can think of because Motley Crue did a farewell tour, and then they announced. See, the reason there's a lot of concern about Vince Neil and his inability to perform too is, if you remember, so Motley Crue did their farewell tour a number of years ago, but then they were coming back to do this huge stadium tour. Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and who else is the other big band on the tour? I forget now. But anyway, so that was supposed to start, and then the pandemic hit, and then it was supposed to start this summer, And then now it looks like it's pushed back to 2022. And the rumor is it's because Vince needs to do something because he's rough. Oh,
it's not easy what he's doing at his age, though.
Right, but other people do it at his age and do it really well.
Well, they didn't beat their bodies up.
A vocal coach might be in order. It's
better care of one's body might be in order,
well,
too.
that's true, too. He looks like he looks like he ate
Stop
John
it.
Corabi.
Don't you dare. No fat shaming. I will hit you.
Just an observation.
I will hit you. You know,
but
nothing wrong with some curves there, buddy boy.
But is the extra weight contributing to his inability to sing?
Now, it could
which
be.
is valid.
True.
So
I could lose a few pounds. I know I'd feel better if I did. I'm trying to, actually. Lots of healthy food, water.
But I'm just saying, he might need to work with a vocal coach.
Now.
Why?
Cause we had that conversation. Now I feel fat.
No, the conversation's not about you. It's about Vince Neil.
It might as well be.
Vince Neil's looking a little, but he has for a long time. He has struggled with weight for a long time. But he did bad
things to his body.
Well, he
was a partier and a half.
Oh, yes.
They have like, Jesus, how many hotel rooms did they have to pay for?
Yeah.
Alone? They're known for their touring shenanigans for when they were in their youth. When they were youth.
But it could be worse. At least Vince doesn't have cake on one of his ears.
This is true.
Yeah.
I draw the line at cakey things on body parts.
Yeah.
Okay? Because that shouldn't
As
happen.
you should.
No cakey things should be on anybody's body parts.
It's likely
Any
contagious.
body parts, no cakeys.
Right.
Yeah.
Mike Pelopita
No.
says
Get that
Eric's
checked out, Eazy.
Eric's
Jeez.
down with the sickness.
Oh, gross. That was bad.
Rocky Huber says, ooh, Jenny is wearing the headphones Eazy-G wears.
Nope.
She's going to get the weird ear.
Nope. You're not going to get me on that one because these suckers are mine and I brought them in and I take them home.
Yeah.
Aha!
Yeah, very smart. Tom Blanchard says maybe his right ear sticks out further than his left. Well, you know, people are not, and not everyone realizes this, but human beings are not naturally symmetrical.
Listen to you. Human beings are not naturally symmetrical.
No, it's true.
The only way to get one ear burnt and the other ear not burnt is to walk around with your head cocked in one direction.
No, I just meant
or have half your head covered.
I just meant though what Tom says about maybe
Eazy could do that.
When Tom says maybe his right ear sticks out further than his left, that's very possible.
Stop.
No, anybody's ears can be like that. It's not picking on him.
Stop it.
Usually our ear.
He's got a droopy ear?
Our
You
faces.
trying to say he's got a droopy ear?
Our faces are not perfectly symmetrical. Human beings are not perfect.
Of course not.
It's not
Far
unusual
from it.
to have one arm a tiny bit longer than the other, or one leg a
side
tiny
of you
bit
higher than the other.
Yeah.
Actually, I have an inch difference between one side of me and the other.
Well, there you go. It's very. So
that didn't happen naturally.
So Tom's but Tom's comment is perfectly. Yeti yells. Stefan says.
No.
Stefan getting in on the Yeti.
No, Matt, big time Yeti. Yeah,
Right.
it's gonna get you to wear these shorts.
Right.
We wear short shorts.
Oh my goodness.
They wear short shorts. I'm having a flashback from the 80s.
Yeah.
I want to say I haven't seen you in shorts in a long time. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm gonna hide all your pants.
I have great legs. They're big and muscular.
You do. They're sexy legs.
Dan Lavasser says, wax them. I don't know. I don't know about that.
That would be funny.
By the way, so we're going to be coming up to a break in a couple of minutes, but cyber attacks, of course, have been in the news quite a bit, and we might get into this deeper in the second hour. But just as tangentially, you remember? It was over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now, when the big meme "OK Boomer," people were saying "OK Boomer" a lot and using that as a hashtag. Now, at the time, I was very disciplined about, for whatever reason, I just made a decision. I made a personal decision about the whole OK Boomer thing, that I was not going to use it more than once. I was going to hold out for the perfect, what I felt was the ideal OK Boomer moment. And I stuck to that. I never used it online. I never said it on the show. At least I don't think I did.
Conversations in your head are just interesting.
I know, yes. Well, I'm a very strange man. But I never.
Which is why I love you.
I never used it. I decided I'm going to put one because people are overusing it. People are getting carried away with it. I'm going to keep one in the chamber, and I'm going to wait. And I'm going to wait.
Are you sure you didn't even use it once?
I didn't use it once.
Not even once?
If I did, it was almost in a mocking way, which doesn't count. Like sort of a meta way of using it.
Like a get out of jail free card.
So I never used, and then the OK Boomer thing kind of passed, and I just sort of forgot all about it. So I still have that one OK Boomer to use.
But it's dated.
I don't care. I still have it, and now today, this is a historic moment.
Oh boy.
I have found what I feel is the ideal.
Wait, are you
OK
sure?
Boomer.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
You gonna open that box?
I am. I'm
man,
ready.
I'm ducking.
I'm ready to use the one OK Boomer that I had saved for myself.
Okay, I am preparing myself to hear this.
Okay, here it is. Here it is. Rawstory.com reports today, Trump calls on U.S. to stop using computers. The solution to cyber attacks is to go back to paper. To which I now, on this day, June 7, 2021, at 4:57 p.m. Eastern Time, would like to publicly respond to former President Donald Trump by saying, "Okay, Boomer." There you go.
Very well. Clap.
I should have queued up some sort of sound effect for that, but
that deserved clapping.
well,
This
how
is not
about
a horn.
Well, this will work.
Wow.
There you go.
No,
so we'll
that
go
was
with that.
lame.
We'll go with that.
That was lame.
We'll go with that.
Clapping
Think he's
was
going to have
better.
a response to that diss track?
So there you go. Trump calls.
Seriously, let's go back to paper. Are you kidding?
So here's
We're going to go by Pony Express. They're going to roll up your contract, put a little rivet around it on hemp paper, and put it on a horse and bring it to you so you can sign it and send it back. Why not go all the way back there, buddy? Let's go further. Oh, God.
Mike
For real.
Palapita says, "Well done, Matt," and Rocky Huber gives me a standing ovation.
Absolutely agree.
No,
Absolutely agree.
Bobby Champagne says, "Boom, boom, out go the lights." That's right. So here's the story. Former President Donald Trump suggested on Monday that the solution to cyber attacks is to stop using computers. By the way, just so everyone's clear, this is not from The Onion. This is 100% real. During an interview on Fox Business, host Stuart Varney asked Trump about how the United States should respond to cyber attacks like the one that recently shut down the Colonial Pipeline. Trump said,
Is it quoted?
Should I bother with my Trump impression? I'm self-conscious about it because it's not very good. But for those watching online, I do enjoy doing the arm movements.
It is a full Trump quote.
It's fun to do the.
So I think.
All right, I'll do it. I'll do
read
it. Now, for new listeners, I will preface this by saying, quite self-consciously, my Trump impression is awful.
But not as bad as some.
But it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But I enjoy doing the arm motions.
You got that down.
So I will.
You got that down.
I will be
cold.
self-indulgent and do that. Okay, here we go. So this is the actual quote. "The way you stop it is you go back to a much more old-fashioned form of accounting and things. You know, I have a son who is so good with computers. He's so good. He's a young person, and he can make these things sing. And when you put everything on internet and all of these machines, you never see a piece of paper. I really think that you have to go back to a different form of accounting, a different form of compiling information. Young people can't walk without computers."
You don't sound like Trump. You sound like the Walrus commercial with the.
Yeah, I know. It's bad, but I like.
Or maybe Scooby-Doo.
But I like doing the arms.
Can you ask for Scooby snacks? We can test it.
Well, maybe I'll add that to the rest of this. There's a little bit more. "As a young person, my 15-year-old son is, he's just a genius with this stuff. And you have people that are going to break into systems. I think you have to go back and you have to be much more reliant. There has to be much better security."
No, that doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. Remember the commercial with the little old lady and she's like drawing string from one picture to the other? This is Trump's version.
Yeah,
it doesn't work that way anymore.
The Geico commercial with the walls. She thinks it's a Facebook wall, but she's putting pictures on an actual wall, and she doesn't know the difference.
I get where he's coming from. I remember back in the day when I took accounting, you had your number 2 pencil, you had your balance sheets, you had your assets and your liabilities, and everything was written on the ledgers, and you had to have good ledgers. But dude, we gave up the printing press too. I mean, this stuff happened. We don't have to put dies in anymore. Oh my God, I have never seen. What I don't understand is how do people still listen to this man? He hasn't got a clue on how the world works. His silver spoon went down his throat so far, he has no idea what reality is. Go back to paper. Oh my God. And that's what you want back in the White House, for real? Go back to paper? Because that's a good answer? That is not a good answer, Mr. Former President. What is the solution or things that we can do to protect from this ransomware that can cost lives? The answer is not some bull about paper. You should be ticked off that was his answer. He was the freaking president of the United States. He has a responsibility to keep our country safe. Even as a former president, he has a responsibility. Give me a real answer that works, that protects businesses.
Donald Trump, he's lost it up here.
Trump also admitted he doesn't understand how hackers get paid for ransomware attacks. He commented, quote, "I don't know how the hell they get paid, by the way, Stuart. You're going to have to explain that to me." We have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hi, Matt. Hi, Jenny. This is Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, please tell me this is fake news.
No.
It can't be real.
It's real.
I really liked Donald Trump. I said, I know he always says some stupid things, but I said, all in all, I thought he was a good president. But this is just, I can't even begin to explain the rationality or the anything. It just seems like, wow, this guy's ready for, be put away. If he's that cuckoo that he could say and talk like that.
Yes.
And he was a guy that we wanted to, we wanted to reelect. It's like, wow.
This is real. It's being carried by more than one news source.
Yeah.
It's very real.
Yeah, I was really hoping it was fake news.
Yeah, I know, Ron.
I was hoping it was fake news too, but unfortunately, that man opens his mouth and removes all doubt.
All right, that was my 2 cents.
All right, Ron, thank you for the call.
And
Bye-bye.
he said
Bye-bye.
it way smarter than Trump even came close to speaking. This man just spoke in a very reasonable and understanding fashion. Trump, not so much. Not so much. Where were you reading that one from? What was the news source on that one?
That's from rawstory.com.
Yeah, this is just more insanity, and more people are just going to go, oh, that's okay. That's our savior. Ho, ho, Jesus has anointed him. Everything he does has been anointed by God. Throw away your computers. Go back to paper. God help us.
It is bizarre even for him.
Oh, my God. Really? But see, it really is angry. It does make me feel very angry that he didn't have a real answer, that he offered that as his real answer. He didn't even say it as a joke. He was freaking serious.
Yeah. Bobby Champagne points out Trump doesn't need a teleprompter. That's true.
I stand up here giving speeches for an hour and a half, many times without notes.
But Bobby, don't you wish he had one sometimes?
Oh,
so he
boy.
wouldn't say things like this? But I don't think he could stick to a script anyway. Well, no, he could.
Well, no,
he did. Every time he came out for a COVID press conference, he stuck his head in a piece of paper and went, now we're sorry happy to report, and we've got that. Because somebody wrote like intelligent things for him to read out, and rather than reading it, preparing for his speech, he reads it like he's reading it for the first time. And things want to report from the CDC, and that's all he did. And you were zoned out within the first 15 minutes.
Well, because he was zoned out. Because he's somebody made. I wish I could remember who noticed this. Somebody made an observation about him very early on that whenever he's talking about anything other than himself, he seems bored.
Yes, very uninterested, very hurried, wants to get through it so he can get back to talking about himself.
Yeah.
When he talks about himself, he's very animated.
Rocky Huber says Donald Trump is going to tell us the only foolproof way to talk will be to hang 2 lanterns in the old North Church. LOL.
1 if by land, 2 if by sea.
Rocky also said it will be Donald Trump who will ride down the road on a horse yelling the redcoats are coming. Yeah.
Well, sadly, though, putting the joking aside, he did do that in a sense. He tried to.
Yeah.
Because Judas brought them all out to the Capitol on June 6th and people died. And we have a Congress that says, so what?
Mm-hmm.
So what? So I guess maybe I shouldn't be surprised that his answer to ransomware that can cost lives and destroy industries is go to paper.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the world is going to wait for your FedEx package to come with that contract and those shipping labels or those order forms or whatever you need. Oh my God, for real. This is horrific. We have a world now in the 21st century that, in fact, because of COVID, we have people that are more electronically inclined and they're learning how to online shop and do pickups. And this guy's like, let's go back to paper. We'll put hurricane lamps up with oil next.
I think he just likes the idea of paper because it's he wants the feds and the district attorney's office in New York to just have a lot of things to go through.
Maddie, I got it. Maddie, I got it. He did this because he's trying to stop the building of windmills.
Oh, yeah.
See, if he uses all the paper, then they don't have the wood for the wood mills that kill the birds.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because that's how come people in the Netherlands have less. Because all those windmills over there, that's why their plants and animals are like 5 times bigger than they are here. They have like healthy soil and water and stuff.
He's so smart.
Those damn windmills they put up everywhere over there.
A brain. He said Donald Trump, they don't know what to do. Never happened.
Bobby said, it's okay, Ron. Give it a minute. Trump can say something even dumber, trying to double down on a stupid comment.
It's a conspiracy against lumber.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe against electronics. I don't know. That's so insane, though. Seriously, it should anger everyone that the former president of the United States come up with that for an answer.
Well,
that should anger you.
Well, it also, too, we'll take a break in a moment, but it also, too, speaks to something that I've been complaining about that's a larger issue connected to that about Trump is, you've heard me talk on the show about how I don't want not to be ageist, but I don't want certain people making any kind of decisions about technology anyway. And I've said on the show, if you don't understand my concern about that, go to YouTube and find any congressional or Senate hearing, whatever, where some of the best ones, of course, where these committees are interviewing someone like Mark Zuckerberg. And you begin to realize that a lot of older folks who serve in government or who have served in government, like our former president, have no clue how any of this works and are really deeply confused.
That is such an excuse. Because I don't care who you are, you should never stop learning things. You should be open to learn things. And what happens is, you're right. These people want to stay where they are. They don't want anything coming up to the future. I mean, you take away their files and papers and give them a tablet and watch how confused they get.
Was that a shot at Eazy-G?
Not exactly.
Oh, okay.
But I will say this: at least the New Hampshire Senate can run a tablet because I've heard they all get tablets now, but they could be secretly harboring all paper. I don't know.
I was just asking because Eazy-G, of course, one of Eazy-G's greatest scandals, Tabletgate.
I know,
and he's a man in his 70s, so I thought maybe
he
that was a reference to him.
He should go to Congress and help them with tablets.
Oh no! Wow. Well, talk about gridlock, huh?
Ow!
All the tablets would end up with Rob Dion.
Then what will we do? He'll hoard them. He'll be just sitting in the middle of the pile, holding them on. My precious, my precious.
Bobby says, it's a good thing Trump cannot play a musical instrument, like a fiddle. I'd hate to see D.C. on fire. That was very clever, Bobby. That was very clever. Wow.
I did like that one. I like that one.
Rocky says, I remember now when you talked about it last, you said you don't want boomers deciding technology, so you've used it twice now, LOL. But I never said, okay, boomer.
Yeah, you did.
No.
You just said it now.
Right.
That counts.
No, referring to OK Boomer doesn't count as
Yes,
saying
it does.
This
You
today,
just said it.
This today was radio history.
More than once.
This was my official OK Boomer moment.
I'm glad. Are you proud of yourself?
I am very proud of myself.
Says who?
Says me. All right, we got to take a break. We are past top of the hour. I got a little something appropriate for the heat. I just use any excuse I can to find to play this. You know, I do so love Frisco Jones.
Yes, he was another crush that I had when I was a little girl.
That's right. All right, we'll be back. More Unleashed coming up. Don't go away.
I had to laugh at that one.
Welcome back, everybody. We are well in hour number 2, numero dos of Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 in Manchester, streaming at WMNHradio.org, and on the Facebook, on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. And, of course, you can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all your live streaming options and social media and contact info and phone numbers and show archives and everything. And, of course, hello to our friends at Raw Talk Online. It is Monday, June 7, 2021. And Jenny is here with me as well at the news desk.
Still present.
Yes, yes.
I still want to know why there's a head in the studio now.
You know, I should have
Why is there
asked,
a head in the studio?
So for those of you watching online, you can see on the shelves in back of me, there is a head. And
Creepy.
it says Gonzolo on it. So I know it's Gonzo who made it. But I saw Gonzo yesterday, and it never occurred to me to ask him. I forgot all about asking him about the
why?
head.
Why is there a creepy head?
We got all kinds of heads here. So we have that
What is
head.
with that?
We've got the giant cardboard Peter Whitehead over there in the corner.
There's a theme.
We've got Eazy-G's head. You can't really, you can't see it, but it's, for those watching online, it's right below
Behind my head.
The Hendrix. Oh, wait, move over a little bit. Yep, there it is. For those of you watching online, you can see the head hanging there right below the Hendrix poster. That is Eazy-G's head.
It does have a decapitation kind of fascination going on.
I didn't realize it until just now. You're right. There's a lot of heads.
I didn't realize Gonzo was, now that I think about it, the street art that he has out in front of the Blue Aqua, I'm pretty sure there's a few heads on that too.
Uh-huh. Pretty
He's
sure.
got a thing for heads.
Pretty sure, yes.
I never realized this before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Very
We need
scary.
an intervention, maybe?
I don't know.
Is it bad to like creepy heads or good to like creepy?
Well, I don't know. Well, we'll see. Christian is in the chat room. Christian LaCoss. He says, so are we going to talk about the Mayweather fight? Well, yes. Feel free. You mentioned you were going to call in about that. And, of course, you can call us at 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can text me at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connarton or send an email to matt@mattconnerton.com. And, of course, you can interact in the Facebook live chat as well on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. But the best thing to do is give us a call, 603-250-6007. Rocky thinks it must be Daryl's head. That doesn't look like Daryl.
It looks like a girl
Yeah, it does.
with blonde hair, maybe? Because there's blonde on the head.
Kind of looks like the girl from the first Star Trek movie who had the shaved head.
No.
Kind
You
of.
think?
Yeah, a little bit. We have a call. This might be
It's like a
Christian.
droid.
Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
It's Christian.
Christian. How are you?
Pretty good. What's your honest opinion on the Mayweather fight last night?
Well, I only saw a little bit of it because I was, as I was posting on social media about it, I looked online and it was already well in progress, but just to see if I could find a free feed somewhere, a pirated feed, and I happened to see one on Twitter. So I saw a little bit of it, and then the feed was disconnected because I'm sure Twitter said, hey, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, no, a lot of the feeds last night were taken down.
Yeah. So
I watched the full fight a few minutes ago.
Oh,
you finally got through it.
Oh, you watched the whole thing. Okay. Did you have to pay for that?
Huh?
I shouldn't ask you that on the air. Never mind. So, what did you think? Because I only saw a few minutes, and what I saw, I think they were in round 6 at the time, and it looked like the sloppiest boxing match I'd ever seen. A lot of walking around.
100%.
Yeah, not a lot of actual boxing.
No. So, here's the thing. Logan Paul was a D1 wrestler, and he showed that. It was his grappling, his clinching, everything like that.
Yeah.
But he also did get Mayweather with a few hits, and in my opinion, Logan Paul won.
Really?
I mean, yes and no, because you look at the statistics. He only landed 13% of his punches, while Floyd landed 40% of his punches. But the hits Logan got on him were impressive.
Yeah.
Were very impressive. He's shown he has the fundamentals of boxing down.
Yeah, but did it look like they did any damage? Did Mayweather look like those hits rocked him at all, or did he just kind of shake him off?
I think Mayweather was a little stunned and torn aback and realized, oh crap, I'm not fighting a YouTuber, I'm fighting a boxer. He kind of knows what he's doing now.
The only reason
there was one point I noticed. Logan went lights out, I believe.
Okay.
I believe you also posted about this.
Yeah.
It was in, I want to say, round 6. But because Floyd threw out a flurry of punches, it was like, oh, God, he's done.
Yeah.
But he, held Logan up, and he's like, I think he did it for the money. I think he did it for the show because he's like, oh, we can't have this end now. People paid $50 for this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
it's like the fact.
Well, it's worth pointing out for anyone who doesn't know. So it was deemed an exhibition match, so there technically was no winner or loser. So therefore, neither competitor's record was in any danger. You know, Floyd is, what is he, 50-0, which he takes a lot of pride in. Is it 50-0, 51-0?
I like to say 51-0.
Oh yeah, we don't need to make that joke again. Yeah, that's not a good joke. But I didn't see. I only saw a little bit what I saw last night, but then I did see today people on Twitter were saying what you were just talking about. That at one point it looked like Floyd had scored a knockout, but then he held Logan Paul up, didn't let him go down because that would have ended the fight then, and it was like, no, we gotta milk this a little bit more.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, look, Logan Paul, an 0-1 boxer, okay, lasted 8 rounds with the best fighter in the history of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If that doesn't show a win in itself right there and show that this kid's got heart, then I don't know what it does. People have always counted out the Paul brothers, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and I completely understand that. And I'm going to be honest with you, Floyd only took this fight because he needed the money. You know how much he made by wearing his trunks?
How much?
$30 million.
Did he need the money or just wanted the money? I mean, he's made so much money.
He needs the money.
I mean, he's already the biggest earning boxer in history, isn't he?
He needs the money because he spends too much money. He doesn't know how to hold himself back. Floyd's living that rock star lifestyle where, he spends way too much money.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what? No.
It was literally a legalized bank robbery. That's literally what it was. He's walking out of this fight with almost $70 million.
Yeah. How much
Okay,
did
that's insane.
How much did Logan Paul get?
I want to say somewhere around 35 million.
Yeah.
My numbers could be way off though. But
Yeah.
That's what I've heard by like reading everything. But it's like still. I think Logan only did this to prove himself. And it shows he's been leaps and bounds ahead of where he was.
Well, but also too, it was huge publicity for him, and you know, I mean, why not? And a whole big bag of money, you know.
100%, yeah. And no, it was also Logan. His camp was on Mayweather's time. They postponed this fight. This fight was supposed to happen in February.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how much time that gave Logan when that was announced to go into camp? About 6 weeks. When they put the fight into June, Logan had almost 8 months of camp.
Mm-hmm.
You get pretty good when you do something almost every day for 8 months.
Of course.
You know, and I think Floyd, in a way, counted this kid out. I think a lot of people did. I mean, look at the odds. The odds makers really made a lot of money off this fight.
The judges scored it for Floyd, correct?
There was no judges.
Wasn't there?
If you hear anything about judges, it's people's opinion, because
I thought I saw
there was no judges during this fight. There was only a referee.
Well, because I know there was no binding decision because it was an exhibition, but I thought there were judges.
Maybe there was, but I don't think there was. I thought that was one of the big rules on it.
Because I saw something about a score. I'm trying to look it up now. You said so people, why do you say? See, I don't know that much about. I know who Logan Paul is and Jake Paul, but you say people have counted them out before. Why is that? Why have people counted them out?
Because they're YouTubers.
Yeah.
Because they're YouTubers. The boxing community doesn't want them. But they've done so much for the boxing community. They've brought so many of the younger eyes onto the sport of boxing. But yet you have people like Canelo, you know, all these UFC fighters just talking trash about him.
Yeah.
Dana White betted $1 million against Jake Paul when he beat Ben Askren.
Yeah. You were
right?
you were right, by the way. I just looked it up. You were right. There were no judges. So I don't know where that scoring was that I saw. I don't know what that was about. But yeah, you were right.
There's a lot of conflicting stories.
There were no judges. Yeah.
No, back to what I was saying. Listen, the Paul brothers are good at everything they do.
Mm-hmm.
All right? The promotion, the advertising, the hyping this fight up, they're social media influencers. They know how to do this stuff. You know? Being a YouTuber doesn't mean you can't do something. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like they've counted them out for so long. And here they are breaking barriers, literally. And you're always going to have those people that are mad when you're on your come up. You know what I mean?
Oh, on your come up. The young people say that.
Oh, boy.
I got to work that in.
Now it's like, do it. And now Jake Paul is going on to fight Tyrone Woodley.
Yeah.
Jake Paul, the one thing I will say about Jake Paul is he needs to stop choosing UFC fighters. He needs to fight a real boxer.
Oh, he hasn't yet?
No.
Okay.
He fought Ben Askren, who was an Olympic, I want to say wrestler. He fought some YouTuber from England, and he fought another YouTuber from Saudi Arabia. Sorry, I couldn't remember where he was from.
So is that
and then
all?
He fought Nate Robinson, an NBA player.
Is that all he does, though, is fight these different guys? Like, he's never been a part of an organization? Like, he's never been in the UFC, correct?
No.
Okay.
The UFC hates Jake Paul.
Oh, okay.
They hate him.
Yeah.
With a burning passion. That's why he's calling all these UFC fighters out, because it's good for him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Publicity, good publicity. Bad publicity, good publicity, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It all works out in your favor.
Well, yeah, these guys, I mean, the Paul brothers, obviously, they're very good at publicity, and Floyd Mayweather is very good at publicity, so it makes sense. There's, I just stumbled upon this as an article from I'll drop the link in the Facebook live chat for anyone who wants to see it. It's an Australian website, but the article is titled, Smirks Show Mayweather and Paul Was $150 million Grand Larceny. Photos from behind the scenes have exposed the legalized bank robbery Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul have gotten away with. So.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. Well,
that's what it was.
Why do you say
Logan
that?
didn't make nearly as much as Floyd, and he knew that going into this fight. He took it because in his eyes he was like, listen, I'm fighting the best fighter in the world, and I'm going to prove myself doing it.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, there has been no other fighter out of the 50 fighters he's fought that have lasted 8 rounds with him.
Right.
No other fighter has lasted 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And a YouTuber went and did it.
Yeah. No, it's impressive. He was much bigger. It's funny, just like the visual of the two of them in the ring together. Jake Paul is
real.
so much
Logan
taller.
Paul got jacked.
Oh, Logan Paul, rather. I said Jake Paul. I'm sorry. Yeah, Logan Paul is so much taller. Well, Jake Paul is too, I guess. But, yeah.
Yeah. Logan Paul got jacked. At the weigh-in, I was like, damn, Floyd Mayweather looks like a grandpa. He's got that beer belly going on.
Stop it with the ageism.
Tom Blanchard said that, too, in the chat room. He says, isn't Mayweather an old man? Well, Mayweather...
Stop it, you two.
Mayweather's 43.
Oh, my God.
43?
That's not old.
Yeah.
He's older than that, isn't he?
Too old to be boxing.
Did you really call somebody 43 an old man?
I feel like he's older than 43.
No.
That's not old.
I'm saying in the sport of boxing.
Oh, he's 44. Close, yeah.
I think Brady kind of proved that ageism isn't work.
Well, George Foreman was 45 when he knocked out. Who did he? I forget who he knocked out now.
Mind. And I'm 17.
But he won the.
Nobody knows him for his boxing. Everybody knows George Foreman for his Foreman grills.
Well, that's what you are.
And he named every one of his kids George and Georgina.
Yes.
That's a disaster waiting to happen.
Seriously, he has more than one. I mean, like, there's multiple kids. You say George, everybody comes running.
Yeah.
Insane.
Are you at work?
100%. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up with you guys.
Yeah, I hear a phone ringing. Sounds like you're at work.
Yeah.
Get back to work, you slacker.
Also, real quick, actually, I think my coworkers got it. Hold on, sir. What's up, Andrew? I want to thank Midas and Gonzo for last night.
Yes.
Coming out and everybody. That was fun.
Would you say that they're on the come up?
What?
I'm trying to use the young hip terminology.
Maddie, don't do that. You're embarrassing yourself.
Oh, boy.
I try.
It was a fun night last night. I'm not going to lie. I got to hang out with all my friends in one place. It was really weird to have the 603 crew that, supports me at 603 and is there for almost every gig. And then turn around and there's Gonzo, Midas, everybody. I was like, whoa.
Yep. And
this
Gonzo.
Can go either really good or really bad.
And Gonzo had that sweet shirt.
I know, that shirt was sweet, man. I wasn't expecting that at all.
I heard he's going to auction it off on eBay.
Oh, wow.
That's all right. I drew a picture last night that I'm gonna sell.
Oh.
I signed it too.
Okay.
I won't disclose what it is, but if you know, you know.
All right.
All right, that's a wrap. I gotta get back to work or head home, one of the two.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Don't go getting in trouble. All right, Christian. We'll see you later.
All right.
Yeah, you don't want to be the latter one for the wrong reason.
Don't what?
You don't want to be the latter one for the wrong reason.
Right.
Jeez.
Well, that opens up a line for you, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can also text us at 617-917-4476. Tweet us at Matt Connarton. No, I'm sorry. Tweet me at Matt Connarton or email me, matt@mattconnerton.com.
You should stop asking people to throw things at you.
Right.
Oh.
Mediaite.com has this Skip Bayless mocks Floyd Mayweather for sham fight against YouTube star, saying that was embarrassing for him. It hurt my eyes. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people who don't like.
Ouch.
But there is, I mean, Christian's right. There is a resentment against people coming from and before it was YouTube and other social media. Well, YouTube, though, mainly people become these YouTube stars. Before that, it was people being resentful of people getting famous through reality shows and becoming successful. There was a lot of resentment about that. Rob Dion is in the Facebook live chat and says, "Good afternoon, everyone. Did I miss Ron's call?" Yes, you did, if you're just joining us now.
I think you should take me out shopping. I think I want a new pair of shoes today.
Why?
I don't know. It just kind of popped into my head. Something made me think of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Just throwing that out there. I want to go shopping.
Oh my.
Yeah, shoes. I like shoes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I like Italian leather shoes.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. There's that really cool store downstairs that has all the leather stuff.
Downstairs?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the repair place?
Yes.
Oh,
the guy
okay.
that fixed my boots perfectly.
Oh, right. Yes.
I got shoes there. I got leather shoes there. My sandals.
Let's see. CNBC, by the way, is reporting, because you had referred to this earlier, Biogen shares surged 38% after FDA approves Alzheimer's drug, the first new therapy for the disease in nearly 2 decades. This is a big deal. Some key points. The FDA approved Biogen's Alzheimer's disease drug. I don't know how to say this. Aducanumab. Nailed it.
You think?
I'm pretty sure that's right.
I have no idea. I can't see the word.
Aducanumab. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that. I'm pretty sure I got it.
It's not baby talk. It's science.
Oh
God.
It's the first drug cleared by U.S. regulators to slow cognitive decline in people living with Alzheimer's, and the first new medicine for the disease in nearly 2 decades. The drug, which is marketed under the name Aduhelm, is also expected to generate billions of dollars in revenue for the company. Yeah, this is a big breakthrough. Now, this is, from what I understand, from what I was reading today, this is not a cure.
No. It's a treatment.
It's a treatment.
It's an actual approved treatment.
Yes. And what it will do is slow down the progression.
That can mean the world.
Yes.
That can give people years of quality time that they might not have had otherwise. So I think it's great. I actually know one of the scientists involved with Biogen, and I just think it's outstanding to see what they're doing. But on the other hand, I want to know, when did they actually try and get the approval, and how long did it take the FDA to actually do it? That's what I want to know. Because my anger comes from the FDA being too slow on so many things. Like, you'll hear about something overseas, and it'll take 20 years for it to come into the United States. Meanwhile, how many collateral damage people did they let?
Yeah.
The FDA needs to step up and stop dragging their feet when it comes to approving things. Obviously, this is coming from a place close to my own heart, but, I get aggravated when I think about it, because I bet you a whole lot of it was governmental bureaucracy that held up people getting access to it sooner. That's what I think.
Could be.
And I would venture to think that was true. I'd love somebody to prove me wrong, because I'd like to be wrong.
Yeah. Before we run out of time today, I want to make sure we get this in. We have to talk about, and this was all so predictable. The Fauci emails.
Oh, God.
I knew this was going to happen. So predictable. So I think about 10,000 of them, of Dr. Fauci's emails over the, starting with the early days, the early stages of the pandemic, have been declassified and publicly released. And so right-wing media like Fox News, of course, and, and all the right-wing conspiracy theorists online, of course, all the COVID deniers, everybody. A lot of libertarians, because I didn't realize pre-pandemic just how many libertarians are also anti-science, right-wing conspiracy theorists.
Surprising.
Oh, yeah.
Very surprising. But yep, there they are.
They have all seized.
And they vote.
They have all seized on the emails and twisted them into, oh, Dr. Fauci was lying to us. And no, he was not. But we'll come back to that.
Ridiculous. You know who was lying to us? Trump. Trump was lying to us.
We have a call.
But hey.
Oh, very, very noisy.
Are you with us?
I think
sounds like rap.
Yeah.
Get it. Hit it. Ooh,
I think it's our old friend Barry.
Anyway, maybe.
Anyway, so the right wing.
Boring. I wish they'd have something new.
The right wing, of course, has vilified Dr. Fauci from the beginning because this whole pandemic is, has been terribly inconvenient for the MAGA cult.
Medicine is supposed to be on a schedule.
Yes.
It's not a science.
So they vilified Fauci from the beginning, and of course with the emails, what they're saying is basically that he said things in the beginning that turned out not to be correct, but that's how science works. As you learn more information and you amass more data, your conclusions and your hypotheses change, but they're twisting it into something completely different and saying,
of course,
it's the same logic that they use to deny climate change, where they go, what? No, there's no such thing as climate change. Remember when they used to call it global warming and now they call it climate change? Oh, they've been wrong about everything, these stupid scientists. They don't know anything. They're dumb.
That's why it's 100 degrees in New Hampshire in spring. But hey.
Yeah, the way science works is,
you're going to try and educate that.
You can come up with certain hypotheses and theories and conclusions based on the data and the evidence that you have. And then as you amass more data and evidence, your conclusions will change as you learn more. Actually, you could even think of it this way. Science is really a microcosm for life, if you think about it, because that's actually how life works. As you learn more stuff and you experience more things as you go through life, the way you look at things and your opinions on things and whatnot will change and evolve. That's how science works, too.
Tis, Matt. You're using common sense.
And oh, my goodness, if you follow Fauci's emails, yes, his conclusions and theories about the pandemic changed over time as he learned more about what was happening. Oh,
Dude,
my goodness.
Wait, don't you know when I went to EMS school, they showed me one way to do something and promised me it would never change for the rest of my life.
And
That's why you don't have to go back and do trainings or get certified. Oh, wait a minute. I actually had to carry more hours than a nurse.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Oh, imagine that. We have a call. If there's anyone there, we'll see. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this? Okay.
Oh, Barry, that's so boring.
That's really
it's old
dull
and boring. I like people who if they're gonna prank us or something, can you come up with something fun?
Yeah.
Like, can you come up and do a gimmick? You got a voice, you got something, even back in the 50s, they'd ask you if the refrigerator was running. Well, you better go catch it.
Right.
You got to have something more interesting than that. But seriously, they're demonizing Fauci when all he was doing was sharing the medical science as it occurred.
Yeah.
And as information developed, we changed that. You got to be willing to move with the disease and figure it out, or you're never going to get a solution.
Yeah.
And look where we are now. We are vaccinating our way out of this.
Yeah. Absolutely. Trump did some sort of rally or something over the weekend where, of course, he talked about how incompetent Fauci is. And
actually spent most of the time going about his election being stolen.
Oh, yeah.
And me, I.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah, that's pretty much all he did. It was in North Carolina.
But the cult loves it. They love it.
They do. They cheer that
They
on.
eat it up. I mean, he will, if he runs, he will be the Republican nominee in 2024.
I just love it. You know, McAfee can go out of business.
Huh?
McAfee can go out of business.
Oh, the
We're all
virus
going to go
protection?
back to paper, man.
No, well, yeah.
That's the solution. We throw technology out. That's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah.
But hey.
Yeah. Very exciting. But yeah, my only the only criticism I've ever had about Fauci was the thing about the face masks. I don't like that they but that wasn't squarely on him. That was a decision by the task force to put out this message. Well, you don't really need a face mask, and it turns out they were kind of downplaying face masks because of the concern over not having enough for healthcare. I would have preferred that they had been a little more forthright and said
it wouldn't have worked.
We don't. I actually think it might have.
No, it wouldn't have.
Given how many anti-maskers there are anyway.
Are you kidding me?
I think it would.
We had people running and stomping all over little old ladies for freaking toilet paper.
I know. The problem.
If we had said to people, wear a mask because it might be the way to protect you, everybody in their system would have been getting everything that they could. And then we've got what? EMTs, firefighters, hospital nurses, lab techs, doctors, everybody not having what they need to take care of patients. You lose your medical providers, you've got nothing. Yeah, I've said it for years, and I always had people poo-poo me especially in the libertarian realms. It's like that when or if the poo did hit the fan, you're going to be praying for medical providers, not cryptocurrency, not political garbage. You're going to be looking for medicine. And that's exactly what has happened to our society. We had to make sure that we had enough for our providers. We had to be able to survive this thing. And it was overrunning our hospitals in the beginning. We were putting dead bodies into refrigerated trucks. New York was floating them over to an island to mass graves, literally mass graves. Yeah, we needed those masks to stay for the medical providers. And if I told you that a mask was going to protect you, but I need it for the nurses, don't touch, you would have ran out there and stole it right out of Mamie's hands, because that's what humanity did. As soon as they thought there was something, for whatever reason, everybody freaked out over toilet paper of all things, but which nobody went without. There was never a shortage. It was ridiculous. People created a shortage in fear. So no.
Well, anyway, yeah,
I'm sorry.
See it a little differently, but the larger point being, Fauci is no villain, but fear and being able to villainize people and all that works really well for the right wing. I feel like the whole conservative ideology at this point is largely fueled by fear and anger, and it's just
fake crap. Just crap.
Yeah.
There's a secret cabal of pedophiles running the government, and they've been running it for over 200 years.
Oh, the other thing they're trying to really hit Fauci on too is, and Trump in that the same interview where he told Stuart Varney we should get away from computers and go back to paper is the solution for stopping cyber hacking. Is he also accuses Fauci of being in the pocket of China. It says here, Trump said, we're running out of time, so I'm not going to do the impression, but he said about Fauci, I always got along with him great, but he was wrong on so many fronts. If you look at his emails, they're really horrible. He was in the pocket, it would seem, of China, the way he pandered to them and the way he dealt with them, unquote. That's really a horribly disgusting thing to say about Dr. Fauci. And as far as I can tell, Fauci had always expressed skepticism about the lab leak theory.
Which I think is entirely possible.
Oh, sure.
I absolutely think a lab leak is possible.
Yeah, but yeah, absolutely. But there was no evidence of it at the time. And again, see, that's the thing. This is how science works, and Fauci's a scientist. You work with the evidence and the data and the facts that you have at the time. So Fauci expressed a lot of skepticism about the lab leak theory because there was no evidence of it, so that doesn't put him in the pocket of China.
And it doesn't mean that he's made a decision that it won't change. Like,
right.
We all do that.
Right.
I'm sure that we all had ideas in the beginning of this that ended up proving out wrong for us.
Of course. I mean, I remember when we thought, we still thought surface transmission was a big part of this, and people were trying to figure out, if I have groceries delivered, should I be wiping down,
taking the food out of it?
Yeah.
And that's not an unrealistic fear that had to be proved out in science.
Yeah.
But when you're following Trump around for your science,
yeah,
and it kills me because I used to think that these people were very intelligent.
What people?
Republicans.
Oh.
But how can I say that anymore? Really? How can I say that anymore? This conspiracy stuff has gotten over the top. Maybe we need to create a different party and we can weed them out somehow. Well, if we really wanted to keep a two-party system, could we replace them?
Well, it's too bad. Jeez. I mean, because obviously not all Republicans are kooky right-wing conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, they are.
Well, no.
Yep. Nope. They go along and they keep their mouths shut, then yes, they are. If they're not, then they should leave it.
Well, I give our
mass exodus is how you're going to change that and get it back to Reagan, which I don't even think you can do anymore. But
I give our governor, Chris Sununu, our Republican governor, who I did vote for. I give him credit.
Really?
Absolutely. I give him credit for getting us through this pandemic. But
until now he's playing politics with everything again.
Well.
It's over now, so he's going to move along, play politics with lives again.
We'll see, but I give him credit for consistently being a pro-science governor through this process.
I give him credit for.
And for not allowing himself to be pushed around by I can't call them the fringe anymore. They clearly are now dominant in the Republican Party.
I think they're the majority.
They're the base now. But I give him credit for not getting pushed around by the base, who wanted him to just no restrictions on everything, just let it be a free-for-all, let COVID spread, pretend it's not real, and then it's not real. He stood up to he stood up to them by basically ignoring them, which was a smart way to play it. He played it smart, and I give him tremendous credit. So but see, the problem though is with the Republican Party now, he's now the fringe. The pro-science people in the Republican Party have now become the fringe. Well, because if polling data shows...
He's pro-science when he wants to be.
Well, sure. But polling data shows most Republicans, they buy in now to QAnon. They believe Trump rightfully won the election. I mean,
this August crap.
And it's not like 20%, 30%. It's like 70% in some of these polls I've seen. They've gone full conspiracy theorists. The Republican Party now is, and they're full on Trump. They are a cult. And guys like Chris Sununu or Charlie Baker, the Republican governor of Massachusetts, they're now the fringe.
People, and this, for me personally, and I've said this all along, that I feel a lot of it has been fueled by the religious right, by those that are taking their Bible, inserting it into life and saying, this is what God is ordaining. They have created this anger and this unfeathered. You're telling people it's ordained. You want to know why they're killing each other or beating on each other, shooting at each other? Why do you think that's happening? Because of what you say.
Yeah. Well, nobody hates science more than the religious right. Yeah.
And now, they get progressively worse. Now they're after not teaching real racism in schools, and it's just ridiculous. And they listen to each other and they feed off of it, and then they feed that to their kids, and you wonder why they don't get it. You wonder why we have kids that I'm not going to get a vaccine. No.
Yeah.
Because.
Well, we are out of time. So
are we really?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
we are. So if you missed any part of today's show, it'll be up in just a little bit at WMNHradio.org. And of course, you can find it at mattconnarton.com. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.
Oh, just quickly, Tom made a comment. He says, what do you expect? People put gasoline in plastic bags.
Seriously.
That is a very good point.
That was horrible. And that was real, folks.
Yes, it was. God bless America.
Hey, you know what? You can check me out on gencoffee.com, and I'll post a link on there later to the latest Mighty article.
Oh, very good.
About ketamine infusions.
Very good, very good. Mike Pelopita says, great show. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks, Mike. And thank you to everyone who called today. And that's going to do it for us for now. We'll talk at y'all a little bit later. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.